So you're looking for your first watch. First off, congratulations. Whatever the reason that you're looking for this watch, it's great that you're doing it and that you're getting into a really, really cool hobby with a lot of history, but also a lot of options. How do you pick these options? What do you do? So I'm going to walk you through a few different things that you should look for when picking out your first watch. And I'm kind of going to walk you through the process of how you can decide essentially what you can do. I mean, the options are limitless. You can do whatever you want. But at the end of the day, it's my job to guide you on what you should do. So let's begin. We're going to start with something that's very obvious: budget. This is really important because I've seen this so many times with friends, with family, and honestly, even myself at one point. Do not spend money on a watch that you cannot afford. That is number one. There are so many times I've seen people go into debt for something that they just straight up can't afford. So pick your budget. Now, for a first watch, I would say there's 3 tiers of a budget that you can do. You could do 1,000 and under, then you hit the $5,000 mark, and then you hit the $10,000 mark. Over 10,000, I mean, yeah, there's so many options in there, but honestly, for a first watch, I don't recommend spending more than 10,000. And for those of you in the comment section that are like, $10,000, what are you, crazy? That's so expensive. Yes, $10,000 is a lot of money, but not for a watch. I mean, for watches, they range from anywhere from $30 all the way up to a couple million. I mean, more than a few million. I think the record for the most expensive watch is like 50, 60 million, something like that. But we won't get into that. So 10,000 and below, 3 tiers: $1,000, $5,000, $10,000. Pick which tier you want to be in and what you can afford. Not what you want to be in, what you can afford to be in. So that's number one. The second thing you want to do after you pick what you can afford is see what kind of complications you want in a watch. Do you want a chronograph? Do you want a dive watch? Do you want a pilot's watch? What matters the most to you? There are so many really cool complications, and so many different watches offer a lot of various different things. It's very hard to choose. So do your research, look into the different features of a watch that you want, and go from there. Another thing you should do is see what kind of movement you want in your watch. Do you want a manual wind watch? Do you want an automatic watch? Or do you want a quartz watch? I recommend for a first watch, no prior experience, probably going with quartz, because number one is going to be the least expensive. It's going to be the easiest to maintain, and it's also going to be the most accurate. You don't really have to set it pretty much ever, only when the battery dies. So it's going to be kind of your gateway drug into watches, if you will. And there's a lot of really cool quartz watches out there. So don't be fooled by, oh, quartz is garbage, this and that. Yeah, some quartz watches are garbage, but not all of them. There's some really cool ones out there. So that would be my suggestion, picking your movement. Personally, my first watch was the Omega Speedmaster. That is a manual wind movement, and it's also a chronograph. Really cool watch. And the last thing you want to do when picking your watch for your first watch is you want to make sure that you can wear this watch every single day, no matter what you're doing. You want to be able to dress it down when maybe you're going to the gym or playing golf or going for a swim, whatever the hell you're going to do. Or you want to be able to wear this when with a tuxedo or something like that. So you really want to make sure you have a watch for all occasions and not just one. I've seen people, their first watch is, a Hamilton khaki field watch. Sick watch, really cool watch. That watch can be dressed up or dressed down, but they buy it on the NATO strap, And it's like, okay, you have a casual watch. You can't really wear that with a suit unless you put it on a band. And so that, you really want to make sure the watch that you're buying suits you for all events. That is pretty much my tips on picking your first watch. Again, my first watch was the Omega Speedmaster, really cool watch. Something I'd like to add is there's something called staple pieces that we in the watch community talk about. You should look into these pieces. That would be, a Speedmaster, a Submariner, really famous, popular watches that people add to their collections and use as their first watch, and then they build their collection around that staple piece. So that's another thing you could do to look at it, but you don't have to. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked this video. I'm a little bit sick this week. That's why I'm not really doing anything too crazy. And that's why my voice is a little weird and nasally. But again, thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.